The views and opinions expressed in this video are solely those of the Fat Bearded Vinyl Guy and should not be taken seriously by sane people.
Hey Vinyl Nation, I am Matt, the Fat Bearded Vinyl Guy, and I am back in the vinyl lair with another best year ever, where I go over my favorite albums from a particular year. Today, I'm dialing the rewind machine to another monumental year in my life, the year I graduated high school, 1994. Holy crap, was that really 26 years ago? Man, I'm old. I usually leave compilation albums off lists like this, but considering I'm working with records in my collection, that kind of hinders me. The mid-90s were a time where vinyl was getting phased out, at least here in America. I had left home for Eau Claire, Wisconsin for my first of many semesters of college. At that time, I was part of the scam that was the Columbia House Record Club. It was a mail order service where they hooked you with 10 albums for dirt cheap. Then they'd send you a new album every month, and if you didn't want it, well then you'd send it back. The scam was that if you didn't send it back, they'd charge you $20 for a CD that would cost you $12 or $13 at a local record store. At any rate, when I came home for Thanksgiving 1994, a Columbia House package was waiting for me, and this CD was inside. I did keep it, and dug the entire thing. I managed to find this vinyl copy at a vintage store in Fond du Lac that I stopped in on a whim, and was stoked to find it. One difference from the CD is the bonus track on the record by the German band Die Ärzte of Unholy, sung entirely in German. Some of the other bands performing Kiss classics are Lenny Kravitz, Anthrax, and the Gin Blossoms, as well as the first time I heard the Lemonheads and the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Extreme performed Strutter, but they incorporated parts of God of Thunder, Heaven's on Fire, Shout It Out Loud, Love Gun, and Detroit Rock City. Toad the Wet Sprocket also did a slow, ballady version of Rock and Roll All Night. What's the definition of irony again? This is an album I fell in love with a little more recently. I got this album when I started getting into Iron Maiden and started picking up Bruce Dickinson's solo stuff. I like humor that kind of makes you think a bit, and this album's title is one of my favorites. If you don't get the reference, well, I don't know what I can do for you. This is the third attempt Bruce Dickinson made for a second solo album, after attempts with the British band Skin and again with producer Keith Olsen. The third time was The Charm with guitarist Roy Z and his band Tribe of Gypsies, who helped write and record the entire album. My favorite song on the album is Tears of the Dragon. It's a ballad that would not be found on an Iron Maiden album, and Bruce showcases a great vocal delivery in the process. I should preface the top three by saying all three of the following albums could easily been number one on this list. I guess I'm doing them in alphabetical order. When I think of Soundgarden's Super Unknown, I remember blasting this album in my dorm room in Putnam Hall at UW Eau Claire, because that's what you did in dorm rooms in the mid-90s. Songs like Fell on Black Days and Spoon Man sounded best at high volume, and they still do in fact. Black Hole Sun was a song that kind of gave me the creeps. I don't know if it was the sound of the song or the video that was on heavy rotation on MTV. That was a messed up video. Look that up when you're done here. Another band on heavy rotation on MTV. Yeah, MTV was on non-stop in the common room, and Basket Case was on a lot. Longview, When I Come Around, and Welcome to Paradise are great tracks. I also love this cover art. There's a lot going on here, and there are a ton of Easter eggs. I spent hours looking at this album cover, discovering new nuggets of fun every time. And the big 12-inch cover art makes it a lot easier. It's better than the, little thumbnail that you get when you're streaming. Sometime in 94 or 95, I got into the blues. I mean, really into the blues. As in, not listening to anything else into the blues. The Main Spin was the first all-blues album from God himself, Eric Clapton. I just love the way Clapton plays the blues. I can't explain it, it just makes me feel good. And to me, that's what music is all about. Blues Before Sunrise and I'm Tore Down are some of my favorite tracks on this album. So there it is, 5 of my favorite albums from 1994, 4 that defined my early college years and 1 more recent find. I hope you like me bearing my soul to you semi-publicly. I say semi-publicly because, well, let's face it, nobody really watches these things. As always, go to fatbeardedvinylguy.com for more music talk and vinyl shenanigans. I'm also on Richard Tiemann's fan show every Wednesday. This month, I'm celebrating Oztoberfest. Tune in Wednesday night to celebrate with me. Go to facebook.com/fanshowofficial for more. As always, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment below, so YouTube doesn't think I'm a bot. I promise to respond to every comment, even the spammers and the haters. Finally, I just wanted to take a moment here to pay tribute to 2 very good friends of mine. Actually, they were more than friends. They were more like family. Our 2 cats, Chewbacca and Tarful, they passed away this year. Tarful back in August and Chewbacca on this past Tuesday. Both had kidney disease and they will both be missed very much. In true fat-bearded vinyl guy fashion, I will do a quick 5-spot of cat-related albums that I own. Some will be obvious, some will be a little more of a stretch. Until next time, take it easy, and I'll catch you on the B-side.